going on in the 5-game set against Minnesota. It's almost a relief now as the Sonics move on to meet the Los Angeles Lakers. Welcome courtside. Let's check tonight's starters, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Sonics. Robert Horry, 6'10", 6-year from Alabama to forward. Joined by Rick Fox, coming over from the Boston Celtics as a free agent in the offseason. Shaquille O'Neal in the middle, 6 years in the pros from LSU. Eddie Jones, 4th year, 6'6", 200. And Derek Fisher, 6'1", and 200 in his 2nd year from Arkansas Little Rock. Coach of the Lakers, Del Harris. And since the reported vote on Del Harris by the team, even though they all deny it, the Lakers have won 25 of the last 29 games. Vin Baker starts for the Sonics up front. Maybe he's shaking off those playoff jitters. We'll see in game 1 here against the Lakers. Detlef Schrempf so steady against the Minnesota Timberwolves. 15 points, 8 rebounds a game. McIlvaine didn't get a minute of playing time, but he'll start tonight against the Lakers. Hersey Hawkins back-to-back 24-point efforts in games 4 and 5, coupled with Gary Payton's sensational play, averaging 26 points and 8 assists in the series against Minnesota, led the Sonics to the 5-game win. George Karl says, I am thrilled, ecstatic, keyed about being here tonight to meet the Los Angeles Lakers. We'll be back as the Sonics and Lakers get it on, and the chance go up a beat LA. Rebound by Jim McIlvaine.
And then that Bradley brother, Hersey Hawkins, is getting back into that mentality that he had in college when he averaged 36 points a game. He is really looking confident offensively.
Fox of the ball rotates to Jones near point. Shaq comes to the ball side on the block. Double team. The pass outside kick. Reset of the shot clock. Laker ball. They'll bring it in sideline right.
As the Sonics right away double team Shaquille O'Neal. Don't let him get comfortable inside and see what the Lakers have from the perimeter.
Fisher has the ball at the point, takes Hawkins off the Horry high post screen, swings it left side to Fox, down low to Shaq, backs, turns, baseline, steps under back, missed it short, rebound volley by Horry, keeps it alive for Shaq, takes it up, trying to pack it on Jimmy Mack, but he won't let him do it. He stands him up, gets a hand, he put a hand in the halo, and the crowd loves it. He's going to take that kind of courageous play from the Sonic big men to vanquish the Lakers. Look at Jimmy get the hand up near the rim.
Not very many guys would even dare to challenge that shot by Shaquille. Now, Jimmy Mack was all on the wrist, an obvious foul, but that's the kind of defensive pressure. Send him to the foul line. You know the troubles that the big fellas got there.
Shaq rims it off. Hersey Hawkins, after Game 5, told us on a post-game interview that this crowd was as loud as he has heard them in some time, and it will be the home court advantage that possibly will serve the Sonics well if the fans create an atmosphere that's adversarial for this Laker ball club. And right now, digging on the nerves of Shaq. He misses both free throws. The Sonics with a rebound, leading 2-0. Payton up in the front court left side. Baker comes off the Schrempf screen, rolls down the left side of the alley, gets the ball, turns middle, follow away. Topper is up and off. Mack deflects it, grabbed by Vinny, hops into the lane, challenges Shaq, arcs the high one up, no. Shaq the rebound, wrestled out of his hands, loose ball, kick to the end line, and grabbed by Eddie Jones. Lakers will bring it ahead.
Good activity by McIlvaine, 2 possessions in a row just to help keep that basketball alive.
Fisher with it on the far point, pumps it in low. Here's Shaq, backs, whirls, reverses, lays it up. No, off the heel of the iron. Shaq with a rebound right to him. Sonic swarming. He puts up another shot and foul from behind. This time Gary Payton got his hand in from behind to flick the ball free. It's his first foul, and Shaquille O'Neal will go to the line.
They had Shaquille listed at about 305 when he first came in the league, and he's at least 20 pounds heavier now. Just impossible to block out. He's so active for a big guy inside. I mean, he's 7'2" and break dances. Anybody that can break dance at 7'2" is athletic, believe me.
That's why they call him Daddy. He misses the free throw. So he's 0 for 3. That's enough to turn Del Harris's hair black. He'll turn it back the other corner. Here's O'Neal. The shot up. Got it. So O'Neal is 1 of 4 at the line, and it's 2-1. Sonics leading. 10:28 to go in the first period.
Sonics went early to Vin Baker, trying to get something established just to see if the Lakers were going to double team Vin. They did not. Vin should be able to get free for some shots.
Payton at the point. Wheels a chest pass to the Hawk, covered by Fox. Down low comes to Detlef, doubling him or Fisher and Horry. He throws cross court to Payton. He'll size up a 3, let it fly, rimming off. Mack after the rebound, deflects it away, comes up with a rock, unloads to Payton, fakes the 3, dances inside the arc, reaching in and fouling Gary Payton is Eddie Jones.
And I was worried about Jim McIlvaine because he didn't play hardly at all against Minnesota, just what his confidence and aggression was going to be like. But if early is any indication, he is fine. He is really doing a good job keeping the basketball alive.
Non-shooting foul. Sonics bringing it bounce. Detlef low left, doubled outside to Gary. Fakes the three, gives it back to Shrimp. Has Jones on it. Turns into a double team. Spots Mack across the middle. There it is. A 10-footer, and he got it. Mack in the middle of the lane. Hits the 10-foot jumper. The Sonics lead 4-1.
We talked before the game. I told you I just had this premonition. He was going to knock down some medium-range jump shots today. So far, 1 for 1.
O'Neal with it, low block, right double outside. They rotate to Jones for the three. Splash. Eddie Jones hits the three. That's something the Lakers didn't do well against the Sonics in the 4 games in the regular season. Collectively shooting 25%, but they have the ability to launch the threes and hit them.
Eddie Jones is just a quiet killer. I mean, you forget he's on the floor. Look at the stat sheet. He's got 25 points and some assists on him.
4-4 score. Hawkins right side. He'll answer with a three. That one misaimed, and it floats out of bounds. An air ball that is taken by the Lakers.
Yeah, Hersey didn't get a clean catch on that. Had to kind of rush the shot after the defender closed out quickly.
Fisher comes to midcourt. He's met by Hersey Hawkins. Hawk once again gets the point guard. Fisher runs him off an O'Neal screen. Drives left-hand side of the alley. Changes direction and lays it up and in over Mack. Drifting back, bowling his back and laying it home with that left hand. Lakers lead 6-4. Payton on the point. Skips it to Vin Baker. Vinny inches his way down low. Doubled outside of Detlef. He'll take the three and hit it. Shrimp had all day to think about it. Took his time, measured correctly, and got nothing but white lace.
Over 3-pointers like that is one of the reasons why the Sonics shot 45% from long range against the Lakers this season.
Seattle leading. Here's a pass in low. O'Neal turns, lays it up and in. Shaquille O'Neal got in deep, turned to the hole, hovered and fired and hit. 8-7 count, Lakers by 1. Payton works in front of his own bench, feeds it low to Baker. Low block left. Backing down on Ori, double outside to Shrimp. Angles a pass to Mack, squares up, fires, sends a floater over Shaq that won't go off the heel of the iron. And a botched exchange. Ori trying to hand off to Fisher in backcourt. Fisher says, my fault, went off his fingertips and out of bounds for Sonic possession on the end line in the attacking zone. Payton will bring it in to Shrimp off the McElvain screen. Takes a handoff to the glove. Detlef outside again using the screen of McElvain. Mack will come over to Fick on Fox. Detlef rolls off the screen, stops and flings. And hits!
Yeah,
Detlef Shrimp, an angle jumper from 15.
Give McElvain like a half an assist or give him some credit, some props, something. He freed Detlef up for a 50-foot jump shot by setting that hard, aggressive screen on Rick Fox.
Sonics by 1, 9-8, 7:55 to go in the first quarter. Ori stands beyond the three-point ring, pounding the rock like a grapefruit. Down low to O'Neal, sends a sharp shoulder into McElvain, turns, misses the shot. Mack around the rim, deflects the ball outside of the glove. Crosses midcourt, hands off to Hawk, up the middle he comes, wheels it on the wing, Detlef fires and hits another one. Detlef Shrimp on a great delivery by the Hawks. Sonics lead 11-8. Fox up in the front court, right side.
Kind of fast. You said, well, Hawk, maybe you should shoot that, but Detlef is hot.
Fox with a following jumper missing. Detlef, 3 for 3. Rebound, grabbed by Baker. They'll let him free-wheel to midcourt. 1-on-1 on Ori. Right wing. Baker maintains a dribble, backs it out, skips into the glove, posted. They'll isolate him. He backs down on Fish. Now doubled. Outside to Detlef, over to Mack. Hands to Hawk. He'll cock. He'll fire. Hersey Hawkins walking in rhythm, baby.
Grooving and sound. That Bradley brother, he scored 36 a game, had a couple of seasons in Philly where he averaged over 20 a game. He's got the scoring mentality in him. You don't lose it, you just have to find it.
Sonics lead 14-8, and the crowd on their feet, a standing ovation for the opening salvo of Game 1, Round 2, between the Sonics and the Lakers. 6:55 remaining in the first stanza. Seattle leading 14-8 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
With all the attention on Gary Payton, this is a guy they want to stop. The Lakers do. You're going to see the pass to McElvain. Nice little pick and wipe out of Eddie Jones. Frees up Hersey Hawkins. Twine time, but give Jim McElvain more credit. I mean, those are things that don't show up in the box scores like the old cliche goes, but it means so much if you're a shooter like the Hawks to get that extra time to get your shot off. Great job by McElvain.
McElvain with a couple of rebounds and assists and 2 points, and he has set many, many soul-shaking screens out on the floor.
Yeah, and I've watched Shaquille O'Neal play a lot this year, and the times Jim McElvain has had good defensive games against him, McElvain has played him as well as anybody in the league practically, just because he's so quick off his feet, can bother his shot when he shoots the basketball, and he's pretty strong himself.
Lakers shooting 3 for 7. Fisher on the point to Fox, looking low to Shaq, double teamed outside to Fish, rotate across the arc to Jones, turns the corner on the defensive line to the glass, Shot blocked by Baker. Mack was up there as well. So the ball goes off the glass. Ory's there to pick it up and jam it home. 14-10 Sun.
That's a strong side, guys. Called Baker and McElvain. They challenged the shot. Somebody's got to step in and get that ball off the glass after it's blocked.
Hawkins comes off a McElvain screen. Jones knocks him down. Hawkins jump passes to Mack. He's going to shoot a three. Nearly hit it. Came up short. Rebound volleyed outside. Jones has got it tapped away by the Hawk. It's loose to the floor. Jones grabs it as it rolls away from Denver. Down in the front court, left side, Fisher. Meanders into the lane, challenges Mack, and leaves it up and in. Fisher with a couple of drives to the hole. He's 2 for 2, and it's 14-12 Seattle.
Easy, big fella. Easy now. Don't start casting up a bunch of long jump shots just because you're open.
Baker with the ball out high. Challenged by Jones. Sends it in the corner with a Gary Payton. Payton down low to Baker. In deep. Hands to Mack. Dashes to the glass. Double pumps. Lays it up. No. Followed by Mack. Followed by Baker. Short. Baker comes off with it. Lays it home. The Sonics are active around the offensive glass. Particularly McElvain. 16-12 count Sonics.
He attacked Shaquille O'Neal. Got the shot out. Got O'Neal out of position for a defensive rebound.
Shaq inside. Got it back. Turns and hammers McElvain to the floor. Hooking it up and in.
Now, that's some of the stuff George Karl tried to put a bug in the official's ear about how much Shaq gets away with down at the offensive end, establishing position, barreling through guys to get buckets inside, and it's rarely called fouls against him.
Payton outside, pump fake, drives off the shrimp screen, gliding in left to right, whirls beneath the rim, trying to lay one up, and he did draw the foul in the act of shooting. He will shoot 2.
Nice take by Gary in the paint, but talking about offensive rebounding, McElvain attacks Shaq out on the perimeter, no factor whatsoever for a block shot or a defensive rebound. Allows Vin Baker pretty much an uncontested layup inside.
Hugh Evans, Joe Forte, and Derek Stafford are officials tonight. Payton hits the first of 2 free throws. Nick Van Exel comes in now for the Lakers. And out will come Derek Fisher.
Van Exel, Fisher going with the high sock look tonight. A little camaraderie at the point guard position. And Van Exel, I liked his attitude when he came back from the injury. The Lakers had been winning, and he said, hey, keep me on the bench. He has a bad knee, doesn't want to play 30, 35 minutes a game anymore anyway.
Payton hits a second free throw. The Sonics lead by 4. Gary hits them both, and now the Lakers bring it out of backcourt. Van Exel up in the front court, left side, challenged by the Hawk. Van Exel spinning with a dribble. Looking on the ball side for Shaq. He'll screen. Jones comes across, gets the ball to the corner. Challenged by Payton. 7 on the shot clock. Gary really low. Jones spins 5, goes glass. And Jimmy's there. Off the rim it comes. Outside Hawk. Swings the deadlift. Makes a hard cut. Lost his footing. Lost the ball. Van Exel comes the other way. Has numbers. Crosses over right to left into the lane. Leaves it for Shaq. Pumps. Rams. Scores. 18-16. Seattle by 2.
Yeah, I know it's absurd, but if you're Hersey Hawkins, you almost got to jump on his back like you're getting a piggyback ride. I mean, he kind of reached in and then backed off because he didn't want to give up the 3-point play, but you just got to go grab the big fella.
Payton up in the front court, left side in front of his own bench. Baker fights to get open on the ball side. He'll get it. Backs down on Ori, turns across the middle, and Ori jammed him for the foul. Non-shooting foul on the Lakers, just their 3rd team foul, I believe. And now Del Harris will once again go to his bench. He'll come to get Kobe Bryant, the 19-year-old out of Marion, Pennsylvania. And out will come Eddie Jones. And for the Sonics, McElvain will get a rest. And in for him, Sam Perkins, the veteran.
Setting tempo. That's what you want McElvain to do. You know he's not going to play extended minutes. May not see him again in this half, but at least he has set a physical tempo and done a nice job freeing up shooters.
Seattle by 2. Denver backs down into the lane. Double team out to Hawk for the 3. Cracks open another one. Hersey Hawkins stepping high, baby. The Sonics lead by 5, 21-16.
The Bradley mentality. He's a shooter, pointer shooter, always a shooter.
Here's Van Exel slashing into the lane. A running lefty is good over a double team. Van Exel with a lovely play.
Now he brings offense.
Sonics, Gary Payton bringing the ball off the floor. I think it was jabbed away from behind. Grabbed in backcourt by the Lakers. And now Van Exel will bring it across.
A couple of miscues. That left slip. That time Gary lost the basketball. Those are the kind of things that will come back and hurt you toward the end of the game.
Van Exel works that ball slowly left to right hand. Hands to Fox. Straddles a 3-point arc. Sends it low to Shaq. Here's the cutter into the lane. Too easy. Robert Ori jams it down on a fine feed from Shaq. Sonics lead. Payton comes the other way. He drives right into the chest of the moving Shaquille O'Neal. And the foul's going to be called on Shaq, despite the protest of Kobe Bryant, who wanted the foul. To the line will come Payton for 2 shots. Kersey and Ellis now will step in for Seattle.
Yeah, nice job by Gary Payton. Loves to split the defense, especially going to his right. And he saw Shaquille O'Neal in his path and didn't try to avoid him. Just like walked up his chest with the elbow, drew the contact. O'Neal was in no kind of position to draw an offensive foul. Gary gets to the free throw line. Shaq picks up a foul.
Payton drops the free throw. Gary Payton, 3 for 3 from the line thus far. 0 for 2 tonight from the field. The Sonics 8 of 16 as a team from the field. Second free throw by Gary's up and good. He's perfect at the line in 4 attempts, and Seattle leads 23-20.
This is a key stretch because it's one of our keys. Bench against bench. The Sonics have 3 reserves in there. The Lakers have some reserves. Who gets the better boom?
Van Exel drives into the lane, arcs a high runner up and in with that left hand, and what a great little look off he gave to Gary Payton. Just shook right by him. Now pressure applied by the Lakers. Van Exel and Eldon Campbell in backcourt. Sonics break it. Payton dashes down the left side. They try to trap him there, but he spins out of it. 17 on the shot clock to the glove. Backing down on Van Exel, isolated left side. He's now doubled out to Hersey. Crosses over left to right into the lane. Kick out pass to Ellis beyond the three-point ring, but Kobe right with it. Ellis gives to Della, turns in the middle. Ball stripped away by Fox. Dives to the ball. Comes up with possession. Wants a 20-second timeout, and he'll get it. Good play by Fox to anticipate Detlef Schrempf's spin move to the middle.
Rick Fox is an underrated defender. He's 6'7", about 245, has great lower body strength, does a great job of positioning himself, has quick hands. And then you saw by that hustle play, gave up the body, dove to the floor. I mean, he's the kind of guy that just tries to do all the blue-collar stuff inside, doesn't look to score unless he's called upon. He's had some 30-point games for the Lakers this season. He can shoot the basketball, but I think he's a nice pickup by Jerry West.
Fans join the Fannie Mae Foundation and the Sonics for their home buying fair on May 9th at Seattle Center Exhibition Hall. Simply call them at 1-888-752-7170. Timeout on the floor. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. 3 for 3 for Seattle and off to a good shooting start. But a moment ago, he was stripped to the ball by Rick Fox. Lakers called the timeout. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, the Lakers called at 20, and then it was time for the regular TV timeout. So the Sonics get charged with the full timeout. But now this is a key stretch because of, again, the bench play. Everybody knows that the Sonic bench against Minnesota, very subpar. The Laker bench against Portland, they've been playing exceptionally well. It would seem like on paper they have the advantage. Now it's time for the wisdom and guile and experience of Dale Ellison and Sam Perkins and Jerome Hersey. If it's gonna surface, it needs to come to the forefront like right now.
Jerome Hersey, Del Harris will admit, saved the day for the Lakers in the first-round matchup against Portland last year.
And Van Exel loves playing against Gary Payton. I mean, he feels like Gary is the #1 point guard, and if you were ever going to consider a great player, he'd have to outplay Gary Payton consistently.
Eldon Campbell with a nice reverse pivot, sends one off glass up and in. Campbell floating away. And we call him the Enigma. He is the wild card for the Lakers. He can light you up. He did in '95. He's one of just 3 Lakers remaining from that '95 team that beat Seattle. Here's Hersey slashing in right to left.
Well, Eldon, you're trying to hide his ginseng. Just keep him asleep, keep him placid.
Perkins hands off to Denham. Trying to wrestle his way from Corey Blunt. Sends a cross court to Payton. Crossover stutter step, sends up a shot. Just trying to get one up on the rim because he knew he was in trouble. Time running down on the shot clock, but defended well. I think it was Corey Blunt that jumped out on him. And a shot clock violation on the Sonics. A turnover on Seattle, their 4th MJ.
Well, just like the Sonics have keyed Shaquille O'Neal is the key to beating this team, the Lakers are doing the same thing with Gary Payton. So far, it's worked. They're making life awful difficult, but Gary hasn't had a clean look at the basket yet.
Lakers by 1. Van Exel skips out of a double team. Front court left side to Rick Fox. He works off the Campbell screen. Slants in left to right. Hard drive. Laying it up short. Rebound down on Schrempf. Hops into the void. Sprints to the middle of the floor. Swings a bullet pass over to Ellis. Down low. Gary posted. Spins by Van Exel. Straightens and banks and scores.
Yeah, and much like the Sonics use Vin Baker in their early offense, that's a good sign. Gary runs down early. He gets the one-on-one against Van Exel.
Seattle by 1. Blunt with a jump pass inside. There's Campbell beneath the rim, laying it up and in. Denham tried to put a hand on him. Was totally non-committal about the foul, though. He just had a hand on the forearm, enough to draw the attention of the official, but not enough to send Campbell off balance. Campbell fights through the foul and scores.
Gary going to almost spin and wheel before he catches the basketball, catches Van Exel, isolated it down under the basket where Gary can use his size and just an array of different moves that he has in the post.
Campbell hits the free throw. 3-point play for Eldon Campbell. And the Lakers lead the Sonics 27-25 on a Campbell 3-point play. Sonics go cross court. Payton Ellis hands to Schrempf right in the lane. Over to Hersey for the wing jumper. He nailed it. Jerome Hersey off the alley. Right side. Drilling it to tie the game at 27. Now slanting in. Jones draws a double team. Great hook pass over to the roll to the hole. It was Eldon Campbell for the smash.
There's some kind of defensive breakdown going on. I haven't been able to spot it yet, but Eldon Campbell too wide open on 3 consecutive possessions.
Lakers by 2, 29-27. They had 3 people on the ball that time, and Campbell wide open, rolling to the bucket. Payton on the point. Over to Ellis. Comes off the screen, but Jones fights over the screen. Ellis has got to give it away to Perkins in low. Sam backs in, turns, trying to sweep up the shot, blocked away. Here's Kobe Bryant deflecting to Van Exel on the break to Jones. One dribble and up, and in with a 2-hand raging runner.
And so far, I mean, the last 3 minutes of this quarter, the Laker bench is outplaying the Sonic people on the floor right now, especially defensively and the lack of the transition defense.
Shaq was out for 22 games this year. When he was, the Lakers didn't miss a beat. They had that great transition basketball team. Here's Shaq backing down, spins into the lane, leads to the hole, and finger rolls it home. And it's 31-29 Los Angeles.
Yeah, hard-fought basket by Dallas, but you're right. I mean, they get into showtime when Shaq is on the bench. It frees these guys up to do what they do best: run, jump, shoot jump shots.
And it really puts pressure on your defense. Van Exel spinning left side. Gary Campbell reaches in. Van Exel spins away, hands to Kobe Bryant. Looks at the clock, brings it outside, and charges up into the middle. Trying to hand off to Jones. Volleyed away by Sam Perkins. Will they give it to L.A.? They will. Joe Forty with a call on the baseline. Laker ball, 6 on the shot clock, 8.6 on the game clock. And the Lakers leading by 2, 31-29. Shrimp will come out. Detlef with 9 points to lead Seattle.
Greg Anthony in the game now. That's going to make a difference in the second quarter when Gary can be freed up for more offensive looks.
And Anthony on the inbounds put a lick on Eddie Jones. Now Bryant will get the basketball. He goes one-on-one on Anthony and is shoved by Greg. Sonics over the limit, and Kobe Bryant, who averaged 11 points in the playoff series against Portland, stepping to the line.
Just a great change of direction behind the back dribble. Started hard left. He makes some hard cuts also, like Stephon Marbury. We just watched simplifying games, change directions. Kobe does it exceptionally well. The difference being Kobe's about 6'8" and still growing and can get to the basket and finish in your face.
Kobe Bryant, 19 years of age, missing the first free throw.
Had some back spasms, and the team doctor said the reason his back was bothering him because he hadn't stopped growing yet. His dad, Joe Jellybean, about 6'9 and a half, 6'10", so he's got a couple of inches in him.
Here come the Sonics. Anthony with no time remaining works off a screen, arcs a high runner up that is short, and that will end the first quarter of play. The score: the Lakers 32, the Sonics 29 in a shootout. We'll be back on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Sonics gave up 5 turnovers for 8 Laker points in the first quarter. Here's Jones on an inside out, working with Shaq, drives into the lane, the ball volleyed away. I think it was poked away by Hersey, grabbed by Anthony, up the floor to Ellis, to the baseline, pull-up jumper in transition, missing short. Eddie Jones on a breakout deal. Payton ties up with Kobe Bryant, and a foul's called in backcourt, and it's on Gary Payton. And it might have prevented an easy breakaway for the Los Angeles Lakers, but it is the second foul on Gary.
And Dale Ellis continues to struggle. The shots that he misses, he's missing short. So, I don't know, more legs, or if he's got more legs left, he needs to bring him into a shot. But again, Vin Baker played 9 minutes in the first quarter. He's played 40 minutes a game, a whole season in his career a couple of times.
Now we have a double dribble on Van Exel. Greg Anthony kind of broke his rhythm out there a little bit with some pressure defense. So the Sonics get a turnover, down by 3.
And George has kind of tweaked his substitution rotation. Nate McMillan was usually the first guard off the bench in the Minnesota series. Now it's Greg Anthony because Greg matches up better against Van Exel.
32-29 Lakers. Gary, right-hand side of the arc over to Ellis. Sets, 15-footer block, grabbed inside by Hersey. Turns and hooks and scores. Hersey read the errant shot. It was coming up short, and he laid it in beautifully.
Yeah, and Eddie Jones, if you're struggling, he's a tough guy to try and get well against. A great defender.
Van Exel, great pass down low. Reverse scoop shot by Jones. Rebound to Big Smooth. Outlets to Payton. Sonics down 1. Gary will pull up, flick a 3 in transition, and he buried it. Gary Payton hammers in a 3-ball, and the Sonics take a 2-point lead at 34-32.
He's got to be creative tonight offensively. Gary Payton's going to see a lot of different defensive look. A lot of players are going to have their shots at it.
Drifting over into the corner, Eddie Jones outside of Kobe Bryant. Down low, O'Neal on the block. Watch it. O'Neal will take a double. Outside to Bryant for the 3. Kobe will flick a quick one. Rimming. Perkins with another rebound. Outlets to Payton down the left side. He'll pull up and stroke another 3, and he buried another one.
What's up?
Gary Payton has the radar locked in. Rock steady. The glove with a couple of triples. 37-32. Sonics by 5. And a timeout on the floor with 10:22 to play in the first half. We'll be back on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. in the playoffs against Minnesota. A paltry 30%. Minnesota outshot them from three-point range. Tonight, the Sonics have bounced back with 50% against the Los Angeles Lakers, or actually the Lakers 50%. The Sonics shooting 63 on 5 of 8. Lakers now bringing it inbounds. And Eddie Jones will hand off to Van Exel, joined by Shaq, Kobe Bryant, and Robert Horry. Here's Anthony being backed off on a screen by O'Neal and fouled. It was not Shaq, it was Van Exel that flung the free arm on Greg Anthony to gain an advantage, and the foul on Van Exel was first.
But Greg Anthony, a great job anticipating the screen by O'Neal and then beating Van Exel to the spot as he fought over the screen to get himself in position to pick up the offensive foul.
Sonics by 5. Anthony at the point in front of his own bench. Gary coming to the ball side with Kobe Bryant cloaked all over. Anthony hands to the glove, trying to avoid Bryant. Spins baseline beneath the rim, swings it outside to Samuel Field and fire it in. For the 3 out of the corner. The Sonics are triple happy.
A little fossil magic. Oh, guy. Shaq running out at him. Shaq too late. Big smooth, knocks it down.
6 of 9 shooting from three-point range. Van Exel spinning left-hand side of the lane, running right-hander, banking too hard. Rebound tapped outside by Hersey. Grabbed by Horry. Back to the rack. Arcs a high one over Shaq. Rebound deflected. Grabbed by Hersey. Up in the front court left side comes Gary. Double team needs help. There's Sam bringing Shaq from beneath the rim. He'll throw cross court. Hersey will fire over Bryant.
Boy.
Yes! The Sonics are on a jag! They lead by 10. 42-32.
What you running out here for, boy? Because he looks at him. Jerome Hersey looks at his feet, sees the hands are down, and fires it right in his face.
Seattle by 10, and a foul call as Anthony steps up on Van Exel to pressure him. Seattle right now in the midst of a 13-0 run.
Good early offense. Gary Payton saw the defensive attention they had on him. They had 2 players on him. Freeze Bryant with a little look down and then fired up. The confidence is zooming for the Sonics right now.
Lakers bring it in bounds. Now, Payton rotates out. Anthony is in with Perkins, Hersey, Vin Baker, and Dale Ellis. 13-0 Sonic run to take a 10-point lead.
You know what time it is? It's Shaq time now. That stops all runs.
Shaq comes to the baseline right double. Outside of Fox. They rotate it to Fisher. Coming to the ball side is Horry. And Fisher will take it alone. He'll shoot. Miss badly. Air ball. Grabbed out of midair by Sam Perkins. His 3rd rebound in a row. Outside to Anthony. Across midcourt in the corner to Hersey. Wastes no time. He'll rifle one up and in.
Oh,
but a foul called in low beneath the bucket. Foul's going to be called on Robert Horry for the hold on Vin Baker.
And Jerome Hersey, is he hot or what? I mean, he hesitated not the least bit from the corner. And that Hersey just battling inside going on. Horry Baker, the only question was the ball delivered, but I guess it wasn't.
Sonic set the floor. Anthony skips off a Perkins screen, bringing Fisher with him. Down low to Baker. Spins Horry. Fall away jumper up and in. Vin Baker, part of the hit parade. The Sonics are on top by 12. 44-32. 15-0 run, MJ.
Yeah, Greg Anthony, nice job. Full court pressure. Just make the Lakers work some shot clock.
Fox to Shaq. Jump stop. Leans. Banks. No. Rebound. Batted by Sam. Trying to pry free, but Horry comes up with a loose ball. Sends it low to Shaq. He'll hustle one up and in. Shaq just tossed it up around the rim, and that soft touch and rolled in. That breaks a Sonic 15-0 run. Wow.
Well, Shaq has more lucky bounce shots like that than anyone I've seen as, again, the Lakers attack the point guard of the Sonics.
44-34 count. Ellis outside the ring with the ball. Sends it low to Vinny. Sweeps across the middle. Fox reaches in, strips him with the ball. Grabbed by Robert Horry. Now Fisher will bring it across. Up in the front court left side. Vinny's got to be less predictable with that move to the middle. In the corner, it's Fox with a jumper. Got it. Rick Fox hits a 3. They're going to call it a 3-point shot. And it's 44-36, and here come the Lakers on a modest 5-0 run. Anthony drives into the lane, knocks Fisher down. The 2 collide. Anthony then puts the dribble off of Fisher's chest. It rolls out of bounds. They're going to call a kick.
Kick or trip. I think maybe a foul on a trip.
Now they're resetting the clock, and there's no shots awarded.
As Fisher, I mean, he actually brings Anthony down with the feet, kind of a little leg whip going on.
Well, the Sonics bring it in bounds with a new 24 on the shot clock. 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Anthony has the ball at the point. Anthony working Fisher off a Baker screen. Baker slow to roll. Here's Ellis, comes to the top. He'll get a prize free. And Jones drives to the glass. His finger rolls it in. Dale Ellis with a smart play. Jones looking jumper all the way. Dale stepped right by him, went to the hole.
And Jones did a nice job contesting the jump shot that time. Dale just a little bit of a glance at the rim to freeze him, and did a nice job with the stride to the basket.
46-37 score. The Sonics lead the Lakers. 7:11 to go. Second quarter. Quick pass down low. Shaq at the top, met by Hersey at the summit. Hersey says, I'm going to just put my hand up there and see what happens. And he got all ball, but a foul called on Hersey. Hugh Evans with the call.
I thought Jerome timed that perfectly. And they're trying to say that Jerome was holding Shaq on the shot attempt, but he just timed that and blocked that. That was a good play.
Shaq comes to the line for 2 shots. The Sonics have shown the willingness to get their hands up in the rim when Shaq takes it hard to the rack. That's a good sign. They've been very aggressive with Shaquille O'Neal. And Jim McIlvaine set that tone for Seattle. Now, the Sonics will call a timeout with 7:08 left here in the second quarter. Shaq missing his first free throw. And he's 1 of 5 from the line. The score, Seattle 46, LA 37 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
A little bit because not very many players challenge him when he goes up for a dunk tonight. He's been challenged twice, once by McIlvaine and then that time by Curson.
Sign of one of the fans' hands read whack Shaq. That is the deal. That's the order of things here tonight. 1 of 5 shooting for Shaq.
I mean, most people shy away as soon as he elevates. They get out the way, dunk their head. Sabonis did a lot in the Portland series. Just give him the uncontested dunk that gets him fired up, gets his teammates fired up.
O'Neal misses the second free throw, and Sam Perkins comes down with his 4th rebound in the quarter. Boy, he's been all over the glass. 46-37, Seattle. Ellis outside, 3-point shot. Good! Greedy! Back on the horse! He is back on that pony!
Yeah, nice job by Jordan. Design a play to get Dale a cleaner look. Sam Perkins just cleaned out Derek Fisher and left him wide open at the top of the key.
12-point lead. O'Neal down low. Hook, buried it, missed it. Rebound, Dale Ellis. Shovels out ahead. Anthony across midcourt. He comes beyond the 3-point ring. Sends it low to Baker. Backing down across the middle he comes. Loops it outside to Sam at the point. Hands off to Schrepp. 13 on the shot clock. Down 1-on-1 on Shaq. Goes baseline. Lays it up.
Oh, see you.
Dances right by him to the window. No backside help for the Shaq. That is our Sonics instant replay.
Got up 5 for 5 now. Great job. Great recognition by the Sonics to get it to the mismatch and then clear out and let him work.
14-point Sonic lead. Fisher right side double. Outside to Campbell. Rotate to Fox. Down low Shaq. 1 dribble. Turns middle. Hooks. Rimming short. Rebound Vin Baker. Vin peels out. He comes to midcourt with it. Vin drifts down the near sideline. Campbell to pick him up. Vin 1-on-1 between the wickets. Crossover. Sprints across the middle. Got into the air. The ball ripped away. Loose to midcourt. Grabbed by Anthony. 11 on the shot clock. Anthony on the point. Comes off the screen from Perkins. He'll float a 3. Off the mark. Rebound. All down by Eddie Jones. Jones in the front court to Fisher. Lobs it toward the rim. Shaq pushes off on Perkins, but the entry pass at the corner of the glass. Right to Vin Baker. He's fouled in backcourt. What do you know about that?
Lakers are a little rattled right now. I mean, that's past Derek Fisher. He's just a second-year guy, so he's a guy that you just don't know how he's going to respond in this kind of a high-pressure situation. Throws it off the top of the glass. He's not hitting his shot. Shaq is struggling a little bit. He's not getting the friendly rolls like he gets a lot of times on those jump hooks inside.
60-year-old Del Harris looks on placidly right now as the Sonics have a 14-point lead. He knows there's plenty of time left in this one. 5:27 left in the second quarter. Anthony off of Perkins' pick. Slashes in. Rifles up a shot. Missed it short, but Fisher gave him a jolt sufficient for Stafford to tag Fisher with the foul and send Anthony to the line for 2. Third foul on Derek Fisher, by the way.
It's like the 3 amigos. Just 3 left-handed point guards of Van Exel, Fisher. Then for the Sonics, Greg Anthony. Turns out to be a great matchup for the Sonics. He's done a nice job on Van Exel and then did a nice job on Fisher that time getting to the paint.
Anthony misses the free throw. Van Exel will come back in for Derek Fisher now. Maybe Van Exel plays more minutes than he might want or the knee can sustain. Anthony misses the second free throw. Campbell with the rebound. Van Exel pressured in backcourt by Anthony. Spins to the middle of the floor. Goes the width of the floor. Feeds to Fox in the corner. Shadowed by Shrimp. Pass comes inside to Shaq and a whistle. And it was Perkins leaning on Shaquille O'Neal, but actually illegal defense called on Seattle's Greg Anthony.
But Nick Van Exel, he's still the finisher. He averaged against Portland like 28 minutes a game. Fisher about 20. So Fisher starts him off, and mainly for offense, because Van Exel, when he gets in there, he's looking to shoot, be an offensive force.
Fox runs baseline, double team, loops it outside, waiting is Van Exel for the three, and a solid stroke. He plants it. Van Exel hits a three ball, and the Sonics lead is at 11, 51-40, 4:54 left in the first half.
Fisher's in there to set up Shaq, get Shaq off early. Van Exel's in there to get himself off.
Anthony with a lob pass in low with it. Vinny, nice save, loops it back outside to the point to Anthony, overthrew him and out of bounds.
The lob just a little too high.
Both ways.
But Van Exel, as Gary Payton walking to check in, kind of bumps Gary into the scorer's table, but Gary doesn't flinch, didn't give him any lip, doesn't say anything. I like that.
Sonics by 11. Van Exel with a basketball, trying to brush off Hawkins with the right arm.
Just thought he was Ronnie Garrettson or something.
Van Exel loaded Shaq double. Outside Eddie Jones. Cox as if the pass won't, sends a soft pass over to Van Exel. He'll shoot on the run, and he hits it off the left side. That pixie from Cincinnati. Nick Van Exel is at 4 out of 5 from the field. He's pulled the Lakers to within 9.
So Dale Harris recognized that his team is struggling with Shaquille O'Neal being the main offensive focal point. He throws Nick Van Exel in there and turns him loose, and Van Exel is scoring now.
51-42 the count. Shrimp comes off a Perkins screen, drives into the lane, arcs a high runner over Shaq, won't go. Ball volleyed and loose. Grabbed by Van Exel. Up the center of the floor. Van Exel high stepping. Wraps the ball between the wickets. Pulls up. Floats another three. No go. Rebound deflected away from behind by Dental Shrimp. Away from Jones. Wheels it up in the front court. Payton cross court to Sam for the three. Yeah! Sam Perkins delivers another three-point payload. And the Sonics lead 54-42. Seattle now from the field. 8 for 12 from Triple Land. In low, O'Neal with a hook. Shaq the rebound, stripped away by the Hawk. Grabbed by Shrimp. Across midcourt he comes, loops it ahead of Vinny. He'll go with airborne. For the jam, no. Rebound deflected, grabbed by Hawk. Out to Gary for the three. Rebound O'Neal.
Yeah, Gary missed that shot just by a little, and the rim was still shaking after Vin missed the lob duck. I'm not saying it had a bearing on it, but that rim was still kind of rattling a little bit.
I was thinking the same thing. That tin was quivering up there, man. Reverberating. 12-point lead right now for the Sonics. Shaq in deep. Backs, turns, scoops across the middle, hooks and scores. O'Neal. Another huge jump step to the middle. He has 11 MJ.
He just plows through Sam Perkins. Sam just doesn't have the ability to hold him and keep him out of the middle. The double team is not there like right away. He's going to get that shot off.
Seattle by 10. Gary Payton takes a hard tack to the baseline. Double outside to Shrimp. Feels it low. Brings it high. Flips it up. No. Great follow by the Hawk. He sneaks by Rick Fox. And with a flick of the wrist, snaps it home off the front rim.
Hawk has made some nice plays. Got a piece of Shaquille O'Neal's shot attempt inside. That time crashed the offensive glass.
12-point Sonic lead and a foul. Van Exel spins to the baseline. He is fouled down on the inline by Hersey Hawkins. And with 2:25 left in the first half, timeout called on the floor. The Sonics lead the Lakers 56-44, and Hersey Hawkins has given Seattle a little bit of everything tonight.
And Gary Payton, he's got to see that crowd all game long, 3 players around him. What that means is no one is there to block out Hersey Hawkins. He finds the lane to the offensive glass, gets the fingernail on the basketball, or the claw on the basketball, I guess I should say, and gets the tip in. I mean, he's in that scoring mode. When you're in a scoring mode, it's not always jump shots. It's slashes to the basket, offensive rebounds, a little bit of everything.
Hawkins has hit 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from three-point range, has 10 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal, and does not have a turnover. I mean, he's been flawless tonight.
And no, it's a jump shot. All right. And also some screening going on. Sam Perkins, watch it just take out Derek Fisher. Just hold, move a little bit, give a little bit on the pick, just give Dale Ellis just an extra moment to get that shot off, and he buries it. If he gets that much time, he's going to be a much better shooter in this series.
Sonics shooting 11 of 18, 61%. The Lakers 5 of 16, 31% shooting. And the Sonics have outpointed the Lakers 21-14 for the game. Bryant with the ball at the top of the arc. Dispatches it right side to Van Exel. 13 on the shot clock for the Lakers. Shaq comes to the ball side, fighting 6-7 Hersey. Takes it in low, turns, 3 Sonics converge, but O'Neal, it's a fall-away banker up and in. Great play by O'Neal.
It's a great play, but I mean, that's one of those shots I'm talking about where he just, I don't know how he sees the basket, just has great touch on the basketball, and at just some point, I just think reality would say that he missed some of those, but he doesn't.
Hawkins slashes to the free throw line. Double pumps Van Exel off balance and into Hersey. And then he gets off the shot attempt and rolls off, but he'll earn 2 on the foul to Van Exel.
That's Shaq. I mean, he's got 3 guys around him, grabbing, swiping, poking, being physical. And he just finds the angle on the glass with one arm, fading back toward the middle of the floor, and still has the touch on the ball to have it go through the basket.
Sonics lead by 10, 56-46. With 1:49 to play here in this first half. The Sonics' largest lead has been 14. Hawkins hits the first of 2 free throws.
And Shaquille O'Neal was just splendid down the stretch. In April, 10 games, the Lakers 9-1. He averaged about 34 points a game, 12 or 13 rebounds, and just had monster game after monster game. And he was one of the reasons why the Sonics kept looking in the rearview mirror, because as well as they played all season long, the Lakers were right there with them despite the absence of Shaq for 22 games.
Hawkins notches the second free throw through. He has 12 points, 58-46. Seattle by 12. 1:43 left in the first half. Van Exel with the ball at the top of the key. Comes off the Ori screen double. Ori rolls, lobs it inside, intended for O'Neal, but overthrew him by a country mile and out of bounds. 6 Laker turnovers. Sonics will have possession.
Going to wipe some moisture off the floor. I think it might be the same spot where Detlef kind of slipped and fell.
Seattle. Go ahead.
No, when he attacked the basket, that's that same spot where he had trouble with his footing.
In that first quarter, he tried to make the hard cut and went for splat. Sonics shooting better than the Lakers at the line, and that's the other factor that people don't talk a great deal about. It's not a sexy or gaudy stat. The Sonics 6 of 8 from the free throw line, while the Lakers are 3 for 9.
Well, I don't want to rain on the parade, but Vin is yet to take a free throw yet, so that's one of the reasons.
Payton feeds in low to Shrimp, double team, cross-court pass, and a hard one over to Hersey, climbs into the air, tried to wriggle his way by Shaq, couldn't ball volley, grabbed by Van Exel. Sends a cross-court in the passing lane. It's Bryant. He tried to send up a little flare with a hook delivery, hit the bottom of the glass, but then he got the rebound back, went up and scored beneath the rim. Kobe Bryant.
Kobe, the contortionist, he just has the ability to get off shots in unbelievable positions where you think he can't even see the rim. He can get it up there and put it through.
A minute left in the first half. Gary Payton locked up by Kobe Bryant. Pries free of his octopus-like arms. Double team, sends a cross-court Hawk with it. Jab step, 3-coil, shoots.
And one.
Got it. He's fouled.
And one.
Hersey Hawkins with the triple and a little cracker jack.
And one. That's that Bradley brother emerged, and Hersey Hawkins jab step, jab step. I mean, he would not have even thought about taking that kind of shot. Jab step, step back behind the line, slap on the wrist, bottom.
All of that.
All of it, and it's all good, and he is back into a scorer's mode, and boy, it could not have happened at a better time for the Sonics.
Hawkins with 15 points has now hit 3 of 4 from 3-point range. This will be the first 4-point play I believe we have seen this season from the Sonics, if he can hit it here. And he does. The quad for the Hawk.
Yeah, and it makes a big difference. With Gary Payton right now, the Lakers are trying to take him out of his game. They've done a pretty good job of it, but Hawk is more than full aboard.
Here's Ori trying to hurry up the floor. He sends a little pass in transition to O'Neal. Went right between his legs and out of bounds. The 7th turnover.
George Karl wants a timeout, or no, there's a substitution, and Gary ready to just gun the ball up the court. The Lakers had their backs turned to the basketball. He saw something out there driving down that left sideline, much like he did against Minnesota for a couple of nice baskets. He was on his way, and all of a sudden had to be pulled back, and he's not a very happy camper about that right now.
14-point Sonic lead, 42 seconds left in the first half of play. The Hawk now has hit 3 of 4 from 3-point range, and that free throw is a rare quad. The 4-point play for the Hawk. He leads the Sonics with 16.
And you can understand Gary's frustration because he's having such a hard time getting good looks at the basket. And once he got one, he had to start all over again. So it kind of made him a linger.
Payton up the floor, hesitates off the Baker screen, and Baker held Kobe Bryant at the top of the arc. A foul on Vinny. So the Lakers will get it back. Now McIlvain, they want back in the game for Detlef Shrimp. Mac rotates in for defensive purposes.
Just the first foul on Vin Baker, but McIlvain's done a nice job on Shaquille, as the Sonic team has tonight.
Fox dribbles down, he'll fire a 3, missing a rebound. Vin Baker outlets to Gary Payton. Boy, that was a quick possession for the Lakers. They had 31 seconds. Now George Karl wants a 20-second timeout. Dale leading 62-48.
Bill Harris is old school. I mean, he'll go that 2-for-1 where he'll go ahead and take the first decent look if it's there. That wasn't a great look. That was a rushed look. But I think he'd instructed his team, if we got a good one early, go ahead and take it. They just didn't use good judgment on the shot. But they will get the last shot of the quarter, the Lakers will. And now George is, just a master at coming up with offensive plays. in this kind of a situation. And again, I'm always thinking he's going to go for the juggler, going to either lob to get the crowd into it or a three-pointer to further advance this lead. And the way Hersey Hawkins is shooting, don't be surprised if it goes to him.
62-48 score. The Sonics led by the 16 points of Hersey Hawkins. Seattle at one point in this game took a 44-32 lead early in the second quarter on a 15-0 run. So they are capable of rolling big numbers against the LA Lakers, which is really interesting considering they averaged 96 points against the 7-man rotation of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
But this is a more conventional lineup in offense, and you know it doesn't take a genius to figure it out. Double team Shaq and then rotate quickly. They don't have the real penetrators and slicers that Minnesota was using with the 3-guard attack.
Payton gets the inbound pass, rolls away from Kobe Bryant. Jump passes to Shrimp, back to Gary. Up fakes, freezes Bryant, drives by him into the lane, releases a high snapper over traffic that won't go. The rebound to Ori. Outlets to Fox. He's got a 3-on-1 to Shaq. Ooh, he buried it with 0.8 of a second remaining. Sonics gambled and they lost on the pressure up in the front court. Hersey will lob it from backcourt and short, and that ends the first half of play. The score at the end of half, one half complete in Seattle. The Sonics 62 and the Lakers 50. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. 3-point range. And overall from the field, nearly 55%, 23 of 42. The Lakers 22 of 42, 52%. Free throw shooting, Sonics 7 for 9, and the Lakers 3 for 9. The threes you can see, 9 of 14, the Supersonics from the 3 ring, and the Lakers 3 of 6. Rebounding totals, the Sonics 22 and the Lakers 17. And the turnovers, Seattle gave up 8 for 13 Laker points, and the Lakers with 7 for 7 Sonic points. Jimmy Mack got the start here in game 1. Paid dividends for the Sonics. Mack in 8 minutes had a couple of points, 2 goals.
As good as he is, he's an all-star as we're for the Lakers this season. So if Eddie stays quiet and hidden and not really aggressive, that helps your case. But you know, I think the Lakers, as always, going to go down to Shaquille O'Neal. But if you can keep the other guys relatively quiet and Shaq gets the big numbers, you can still win the game. And then Vin Baker has got to assert himself more offensively. He's not being double-teamed that much. He can get his shot off inside. He's just after the Minnesota series, his confidence is down a little bit because he didn't see a lot of clean looks. He's got to get back into scoring mentality.
Laker ball to begin the third quarter. Fox to O'Neal, turns, hooks, aimless shot over Mack, won't go. Rebound, Gary Payton.
Yeah, Shaq likes to say McIlvain can't guard me. Shaq, you know, nobody can guard me. McIlvain, he's nothing. But I'm telling you, McIlvain gives him some problems.
He's long for one thing, and while he gives up 50 pounds, he can stand his ground. He has a solid base. Down low, Baker spins, goes glass, banks it up and over Robert Horry. That time they got it to him quick, and they got it to him low, and he didn't get out on the wing, dribbling the ball. He just made the nice move.
Yeah, just became efficient, cut out all the fat out of his offensive game, just up and over Horry inside.
Baker with a post-up bucket. Seattle by 14. Fox backs down right block, rammed into O'Neal, brought a man with him, but throws outside to Fisher. He'll stroke a 3. Derrick will release and miss. Rebound to the Hawk. Looks up the floor to the glove. Swings it on the wing. Gary Payton front court left. Fisher moving right with him. Payton drifts into the corner, skips it low to Vinny. Double team. Looking to turn the corner. Can't find Delip. Open 3. Pops it high. Reeling off. Rebound. Collected by Rick Fox.
Delip missed that shot, but McIlvain picked off this guy out of the double team. He was a big body in there. Just set a nice screen. Delip had the wide open look. Just couldn't knock it down.
Horry hands off to Eddie Jones. Ball above the head. Down low Shaq. Turns to the middle and a foul called.
Good foul.
Now keep in mind, Mack had just 1 foul in the first half. That's his second foul of the game.
A good foul. I mean, a guy strong as Shaquille, you let him pick up that head of steam. That's when he can plow right through you. McIlvain got him right when he started to make his move. No free throws, no shot attempt, no chance at a 3-point plate. You have to reset your offense.
10:41 left third quarter. Seattle up 14. Jones will bring it in bounds. He's got to look at dismay on his face. Fisher has the ball on the point, and he throws it away. Jones was working on the baseline, trying to come off an Horry screen on the wing. He was wide open, but Fisher misread it and threw it down on the baseline out of bounds. Seattle will bring it back quickly. Payton backing down, right-hand side of the lane on Fisher, double team. Now Fisher single coverage. Payton spins by him to the glass, lays it up over Shaq and in. Oh, they're going to rule no bucket. They say Delip touched the ball in the cylinder. He was near it. But did he have his hand on the ball? If he did, it was just a slight brush stroke.
I would say no, based on Delip and his experience. I mean, I thought he was up there in time to back off if he had to. Oh, he touched it.
He did.
My bad. I don't know what Delip is. He's arguing with Derek Stafford like it was a bad call, but it's not European rules. You can't touch it when it's in the cylinder.
It was in the cylinder. 14-point lead for the Sonics. 10:13 to go third quarter. Fox out high, far point. Swings it with the left hand to Fisher at the top. He'll dispatch it left side of Jones. Goes baseline. Nearly tripped up. Fires off a flat jumper. Won't go. Horry had inside position, but Baker from behind ripped the ball away from him and out of bounds.
Eddie Jones still struggling to find himself offensively out here on the floor tonight. Gary Payton actually fell down. He had a wide open jump shot. Just couldn't knock it down.
Fisher will bring it in bounds for the Lakers. Loops it out beyond the three-point ring with it. Rick Fox. Little change of pace dribble, trying to go low to Shaq, deflected right back to Fox, goes baseline, shovels to Shaq, up and in, he'll lay it in easily.
Man, I wish McElvain would not have helped out on the penetration by Fox, make him make a tough shot inside. Just stay with Shaq and just keep him from developing a rhythm if you can.
12-point Sonic lead, 9:42 to go third quarter. Baker spins by Horry, foul called on Robert Horry for the bump. Third foul on Horry, but a non-shooting foul.
You see George Karl got his guys going into Vin Baker, like 2 or 3 possessions in this half already, and he just catches and goes quickly. The double team does not have time to get there. A lot of times double teams will wait till you use up one dribble, but he's going so quickly it cannot materialize.
Little pick and roll. Detla pops out, gets the ball, backs down Eddie Jones right of the lane. Turns, swings it cross court to Hawk. He'll field it beyond the three-point ring. Crossover into the lane, jump pass to Detla. Open jumper, arcs it high, rims it short. Mack hustles down the rebound of the baseline, ripped away and tapped out of bounds by Robert Horry. Sonic ball.
And that's McElvain. I mean, I'm just watching how physical he's playing. He got a hold of Eddie Jones, and Eddie just started going the other way, going the other direction on defense, not even on offense, not even thinking about trying to get the rebound. I mean, he had this look on his face like he was hurting.
9:22 left in the third quarter. Payton will get it in bounds. Double team. Feeds outside to Delip. Over to Mack. Reverses up a shot. Missed the shovel shot. Rebound grabbed by Jones. Loops it into front court to Fisher. Lobs toward the rim. Fox will field it. Pump it up. Miss it. Horry with a rebound. Lays it in. And a foul called on the bucket, which will count. Horry will have a chance at a three-point play. The Lakers are down 10, 64-54 with 9:09 left in the third.
And here they go in transition. Gary Payton just misses deflecting the outlet pass, and Rick Fox badly overshoots the basketball, but the Lakers do a nice job getting down in transition, attacking the offensive glass. Horry 6'10", throwing about 15 pounds from last year because he knew he was going to play exclusively power forward. Just makes himself a factor on the offensive glass.
Horry hits the free throw, and look out, the Lakers are within 9 at 64-55. Third foul on McElvain, by the way. 9:06 left third quarter.
I remember one game last year, the Sonics had like an 18-24 halftime lead. The Lakers stormed back, blew the game open in the second half. They are explosive and still explosive.
Payton off the pick, set by Baker, settles in for a 15-footer and knocks it down. Nothing but net for Gary Payton. Seattle by 11 now.
Anytime Shaquille O'Neal's guy sets a screen, he is not going to step out and contest a jump shot. You can get an open shot, but the man that Shaquille is guarding will set some good screens.
8:40 left third quarter. Shaq double outside to Fox, runs to the glass, lays it up and in. He beat Detlef on the dribble. Mack was slow in getting over there. Fox scores, and the Lakers are within 9. Payton down the far sideline. Jones reaches in, flicks it free to Gary, retreats, grabs it, spins baseline, shovels it up over Horry, won't go. O'Neal with a rebound. Centers to Fox to midcourt, up in his far front court right is Jones, a pull up and swing in a 17-foot pull up hopper. And it's a 66-59 Seattle lead at 7.
Again, the Lakers feel like McElvain is a guy that they don't have to be concerned with offensively, so they're double teaming Garrett.
Baker crosses over, takes it to the hole with some power and vigor, and lays it over O'Neal off the window.
Double team Garrett on the right side. Vin's got O'Neal matched up one-on-one on the left side. Nice take.
68-59 Sonics, 7:52 to go third quarter. Down low, they feed to Robert Horry. He spins beneath the rim, pump fakes, drew Mack into the air, and it came crashing down on Horry's back. That is the third foul on McElvain. His third foul. Apparently that foul a moment ago was not given to McElvain. So the Lakers bring it down. And with it, Derek Fisher. Shrimp got that last foul. Shrimp front court right. Checked by the Hawk. Out beyond the three-point ring. In low to O'Neal. Juggle the ball out of bounds. McElvain was there. Did it have any effect on Shaq? Apparently it did. He didn't look the pass into the hands and lost it.
Just bumping and playing physical. But I've never seen the Lakers have so much problems with their entry passes into Shaq. I mean, they are a team that is really suspect on an entry pass tonight.
9 Laker turnovers. Seattle by 9. Gary whirls off the McElvain screen. Drives into the lane. Challenges O'Neal. Arcs a high scoop shot up and in. Payton swinging it in high off the window, and a marvelous play as he was able to break free off a McElvain pick.
McElvain, he sets just a tremendous wide body pick that's hard to get around.
11-point lead right now for the Sonics. Fisher Centers to the top of the arc to Fox, over to Jones. Floats to the baseline beneath the rim. He has his shot blocked by Mack. He sends Eddie Jones down. And the foul's going to be called on Mack, his fourth.
And Eddie Jones did a nice job and probably had an offensive foul on the play, but he was caught. He was caught under the basket. He found the body of McIlvaine some kind of way, and it might have been that left arm. That's what McIlvaine is complaining about. Not a whole lot of a clear out on the play. Eddie Jones, I mean, it should probably have been a no call. He really had nowhere to go with that.
Jones rocks in the free throw. Eddie Jones now looking to exert himself. He has 8 points. 3 of 8 shooting from the field. His first free throw attempt is good, and the second of the game up and in. 70-61, Seattle by 9.
With all the dominant personalities on the Lakers and the addition of Kobe, even a more dominant personality, Eddie Jones has kind of been the lost guy. He's an all-star, he's had a terrific year, but he just doesn't, he's like Hawk. He's just real reluctant to take over a game at times.
Max screens Eddie Jones. Gary floats off the pick, fires out of the corner. Air ball grabbed by O'Neal. Outside to Jones, looking in the rear view mirror. Finds Ori trailing. Skips left side to Fisher. Sidewinds to the glass. Leads it in with a left hand. Derek Fisher with a great little take.
And Derek Harris has got to be happy. I mean, his team now is starting to play some pretty good basketball, and Shaquille O'Neal is yet to be a factor here in the second half offensively. So some of these other guys are stepping up.
70-63, Sonics by 7. Baker double team. 6:25 left third quarter. Baker backs off, then dribbles into a jumper, missed it short. Rebound Eddie Jones, tracking it down. Hands to Robert Horry. Now Fisher will bring it out of backcourt. Sonics have yet to go to their bench here in this third quarter. Fisher off the Horry pick. Right-hand side of the arc. Beyond the three-point ring to Fox in the corner. Dumps it low to Shaq. One dribble. Hops, turns, fires. Flat shot from 8. Rolls in. Shaquille O'Neal has pulled the Los Angeles Lakers with his 19 points to within 5 at 70-65. A 6-0 run by the Lakers. Have the Sonics here at Key Arena on the edge of their seats. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Has 19 points, 6 rebounds at this point. And if the Lakers can solve their turnover problems with that entry pass, they're going to be awfully tough down the wire in this game. Meantime, the Sonics seem to have slowed the tempo in this game.
Yeah, well, I mean, the playoff game, the longer the game goes along, the slower the pace will be, the more of a half-court game it will be. That's why execution efficiency is so important.
Payton left side of Detlef comes to the baseline, double team, cross court, arcs a pass to Hawk, fires the 3. That is short. Rebound grabbed by O'Neal, jostled away. O'Neal comes up with it. Sends it ahead to Fox down the right side. He'll come. And the Lakers paying closer attention to Hawkins. They closed out on his three-point attempt that time.
That's a tweak they did at halftime.
Van Exel at the point, handles to the Lakers. Checked by the Hawk beyond the three-point ring. Down low to Shaq, double out to Fox. Open jumper, got it from 15. And that's another tweak they've made. Get rid of the ball out of that double team, Shaq. We've got open jump shooters. Lakers on an 8-0 run and pull within 3 at 70-67.
Continue to double team Gary early.
McIlvaine. They break pressure and Max sends in a 15-foot baseline jump shot. Why not?
One of his rare 2 jump shot made games of his career, probably, but McIlvaine was wide open and had the courage and confidence to take it.
Sonics by 5. Jones with it at the near point. Challenged by Gary Payton. Comes off the Horry screen. Double team left side out to Robert. Looking low to Shaq. Grabs the ball, turns, lays it up. Shot blocked by Mack and a foul called. McIlvaine had a hand on it. There was very little body-on-body contact. And Shaq will shoot 2. 5th foul on Jim McIlvaine.
Yeah, tough call on Jim McIlvaine because he was about to come out of the game. I mean, he had great position. Didn't look like he used the lower body to try and root the guy off the boxer into a tougher shot. I mean, he's got his hands up and there's contact. McIlvaine has allowed that position and allowed him to put his hands up. I can understand his complaint. But Shaq has gotten that call all year long. I mean, he is the marquee guy in the NBA outside of Michael Jordan.
O'Neal 1 of 6 at the line, buries the free throw. 2 for 7 for Shaquille O'Neal. He leads the Lakers with 20 points.
Sonics need to find some offense.
Yep.
Don't complain about that call. Maybe it was questionable, but at the other end is where they're not getting the job done. That's why the Lakers have been able to close this gap.
Jack hits the second. 72-69 the count. The Sonics at half had scored 62 points, so just 10 points scored here in the quarter on 4 of 12 shooting. Vin Baker down low, right block, goes middle to the left hand, bringing Shaq with him. Tried to dribble into a gap and lost it out of bounds, but last touch by Robert Horry or Shaquille O'Neal. Sonic ball, 12 in the shot clock.
The whole Laker philosophy, find some offense, but it's not going to be Gary Payton there. They got their best defender, Eddie Jones, on him. They're double teaming him.
Payton on the inbounds to Detlef, looking in the rear view mirror for Fox. There he was, outside to Perkins. Resets to Gary, 7 on the shot clock. Payton floats out of the far point with Fox on it. Gives to Detlef, turns up, fakes, tried to step between two defenders. The ball pried free by Ori, grabbed by Shaq. Outlet pass to Fox, hands to Van Exel. Nick scanning, looking left and right, brings it out on the far point, wants to set the floor with Hawkins on it. They have Shaq coming to the ball side. O'Neal will rush to the glass. Van Exel sends up a runner. No. O'Neal with a follow. Fouled. He could not convert. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
And, give the Lakers defense a lot of credit. Eddie Jones did a nice job on Gary Payton. And when there was a screen down with Fox, pressured him on the outside. They forced Detlef into a turnover. At the other end, Van Exel, a lot more offensive-minded than Fisher, going to attack the glass and put pressure on your defense because he can't penetrate, which a lot of times will not allow you to block out the big guy, Shaquille, who will just kill you on the offensive glass.
Foul on Baker is his second. O'Neal hits another free throw. Shaq Daddy at the line, 4 of 9, and he missed this one. Rebound to the Hawk. 72-70. The Sonics lead is now 2. They led by 14 in the second quarter play. At half, they were up by 12.
And the Sonics got good stuff for Gary Payton when they got some earlys for him and they pushed the ball like before. They need to look to do that a bit more instead of walking in every single time.
Payton backs down. Eddie Jones turns to the middle, double teamed outside to Detlef, over to Sam for a 3. Fox knocks him down. The 3 is off. O'Neal the rebound. Fox releases, goes glass, lays it in easily, and we're tied at 72-72. The Lakers are putting bodies on people now. They're hitting the 3-point shooters, making the shooters think about delivering the goods. Tie game and a 20-second timeout call by the Sonics with 3:30 left in the third. Watch Fox knock Perkins down right there.
Good contact on the shot. Sam trying to flop for the foul, and that leaves Rick Fox wide open at the other end. No foul, easy layup. But the Lakers, I mean, I talked about it last year. I forget which game last year, but the Sonics jumped out to the big early 18, 20-point halftime lead, and the Lakers slowly, methodically just started walking them down. They've got 4 All-Stars on their ball club. They're a pretty good team, too. They won 61 games also, and 25 of their last 29. So they've been in this kind of a situation where they have had to come back from a large deficit in hostile territory and pull games out. So this is not foreign territory with the Sonics. They just need somebody. Vin Baker, he's got Shaquille O'Neal matched up against him a lot of times, but hasn't been able to figure him out in terms of what he can get done against him. He's dribbling the basketball a little too much. Just make a quick movement up, I think, is his best bet.
Sonics are 2 and 15 against the Lakers in playoff games since 1980. Payton driving down the right side. A running right-hander won't go. Aimlessly off the glass, deflected by Fox in the front court. Van Exel on the sprint will pull up and flick and miss. Rebound tapped outside by Ori to Fox. Down to Van Exel. And those are the Lakers who win in the hustle play.
Yeah, like I said, those are the plays the Sonics were doing in the first half. Keeping the basketball alive, getting second shots.
Fox lobs low. Here's Shaq trying to ram it with 2 hands. Hit the back of the rim without delivery. Rebound to Perkins. Get it out and run now. Shaq's in backcourt. They will bring it up to Detlef. Down low to Baker. Shaq comes down, recovers. Baker doubled by Shaq. Outside it comes to Perkins. Right side to Hawk. Down low. Perkins jabbed away by Ori. Going to get it will be Sam. He screens away. Gary will drive. Into the corner. Reverse. Comes back middle. Double pump. Spins to Benny. Steps to the glass. The ball is ripped out of his hands. He's fouled. And he will shoot 2.
They speeded up the pace of the possession in the half-court offense. It wasn't really a transition, but guys that just settled for the first long jump shot. It was an up fake and then penetrate. Get the Lakers defense on the defensive, get them moving a little bit, and you'll have some open looks eventually.
The foul on O'Neal is his second. Sonics not shooting well in the quarter. 5 of 14, and they have scored just 10 points here in the third, where they're tied with the Lakers at 72 all on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Sam Perkins and Vincent played so well in the first half. The starting units, Hersey Hawkins, Gary Payton were just 4 points in the quarter. Pretty much struggled against the Laker defense. Now you've got some good outside shooting. You got some guys who can slash an offensive rebound, and Ellis and Hersey.
Baker at the line, short arms the free throw, and the much chronicled problems of Vin Baker at the free throw line get started anew, missing his first free throw attempt in this ball game in the series. Against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Vin Baker was 8 for 20, 40% from the line.
Now Vin misses that, then pounds on the basketball, sends it high up in the air, and I think the officials should do like Minnie Rudolph used to do. If it comes back down, it's a technical. Instead they give him the delay of game warning, but to me, I just don't like that when guys do that.
Baker hits the free throw, 73-72. Sonics have scored 11 points in the quarter. Fox fires the 3 and got it. Rick Fox raising out of the corner in front of the Sonic bench, and the Lakers take the lead. 75-73 after trailing at half. Lakers now the ones with the point production. Payton whips it across the arc to Perkins out high left side. Looking to Vinny on the ball side. He'll get it covered by Campbell and Fox. Baker will turn and look. Single coverage squares. 15-footer short. Rebound hold down by Fox, who seals off Shrimp for the rebound.
It's all jump shots for the Sonics, and the jumper right now is not falling.
Oh, it is not on. Definitely not on. Here's a little pick and roll. Driving into the lane. Campbell loses it, but pops right outside to Orange. To Van Exel. Back to EC. Campbell turns. Easy Eldon turns and hits a fall-away 12-footer left-hand side of the lane.
Lakers in a groove. You know, I think what the Sonics need to do, instead of making Gary Payton a feeder, put him on the weak side and have him be the guy to catch the ball after it's swung and let him try and orchestrate his way to the basket then.
Yeah, post him up because it worked so well in the Minnesota series. Gary on the post. Now the shooting to that last timeout. Seattle 5 of 14, 36% here in the quarter. And the I almost said the Timberwolves. I did, didn't I? The Lakers 8 of 15, 53%. That's the shooting disparity we talked about. And the Lakers have outboarded the Sonics as well here in the third, 11-4. They have just controlled this third quarter.
Yes, they have. And at halftime, the Sonics are shooting about 55, Lakers at 52. The problem is that the Sonics have not gone cold. We give the credit to the Laker defense, but the Lakers are just kind of holding steady and playing their game, shooting the basketball just like they shot it in the first half. The Sonics just can't find a way to score here in the third quarter.
They've outscored the Sonics 27-11 in the third quarter. Payton will bring the inbounds pass to the top of the key. Hand off to Ellis. Hard slash into the lane. Jump pass down low. Detlef turns. A little reverse missing. Rebound deflected. Ryan by Detlef. He'll go right back up the elevator and lay it home. 77-75. Lakers lead at 2 with 1:16 left in the third. Crowd trying to rally the suit. Jones. In low to Campbell. Back to the basket. Hook pass to Jones. Drives to the glass. Forced wide. He missed it. Air ball. Rebound. Grabbed by Campbell beneath the rim. Just laid it up with a left-hand reverse. Lazily off the window, and it rolled in. Back come the Sonics. Payton in a hurry. Galloping down the right side of the lane. Forced out by a double team. Maintains a dribble. Scoots by 2 defenders. Drives in. Drew the D. Out to Sam. Floats a 3. It's good. Sam Perkins with a 3-point. That just gets the Sonics back into the ring. They are down by 1 with 47 seconds left in the third.
Big shot. I mean, the Sonics are like a boxer. They were dazed. I mean, just kind of dazed, even though there's still a lot of time left. But this gets their hopes back alive.
79-78. Lakers by 1. Outside is Fox. He'll turn an 18-footer. Pops in and out. Ellis for the rebound. Gary Payton now will bring it up the center of the floor. Fans out wide left wing. Avoids a double team. Shoots a pass over to Perkins. Looking to go low to Detlef Shrimp. Tangle up and Rick Fox. Sam won't. Fakes the 3. Now gives to Detlef. Spins baseline. Angles by Fox. Reverses a pass to Ellis. Out of the corner of fire. The shot is blocked by Eddie Jones. Out of bounds. Eddie spikes it with 6 on the shot clock for Seattle.
I tell you, I mean, if you are struggling offensively, Eddie Jones is the last guy in the world you want to see. He's so quick off his feet. Long arms so he can get to the basketball.
Sonics down 1. They bring it inbound. 6 on the shot clock. Payton to Perkins. Hands off to Gary. Goes to width of the floor. Angles for the baseline. Follow-away jumper. Rimming off. Free ball. Deflected by Detlef off the hands of Fox and out of bounds. And the Sonics finally get a bounce of the ball here in the third quarter. They'll reload with 5 and 9/10 seconds remaining to play in the third. Down 1.
If they can get a lead going into the fourth, they will be very lucky, the Sonics, considering the way they played.
Payton brings it to Ellis. Now backs down. Jones outside his Shrimp with 3 with 2. Drives into the lane. Lays it up with the left hand. No. Followed by Dale. Hersey's lay-in would not have counted. It did go, but did not count. It came after the buzzer. So the score after 3 complete. The Lakers come back from 12 down to take a 1-point lead into the fourth. 79-78 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Halftime lead of 12. The Lakers take a 79-78 lead into the fourth period of play. Fans Thursday night at 8. Steven Seagal is in the business of revenge, and business is booming. Not for justice. Thursday night at 8 on UPN 11. The NRA called Steven Seagal the Laurence Olivier of our time. Bench scoring in the third. 3 points for the Sonics. Hawk, Hersey, Ellis, no points in the third quarter. Seattle down by 1 as we head to the fourth period, 79-78. Payton beyond the 3-point ring, skips over to Shrimp, back to the basket. Backing down on Kobe Bryant. Kobe from behind strips the ball, throws it out for grabs. Fox is there, swings it into front court to Van Exel, turns. He'll rifle up the 3. No, he won't. He had an ocean, though. Ellis picks him up. Van Exel pivoting with the basketball. Jitterbug hesitation to the baseline. Double outside. He sends it to the point. Kobe Bryant is there. Rams into the glove. That's a loose ball out there, that pass. Payton went after it. But knocked down by Bryant, and the foul on Gary, his second foul of the game.
And I'm not liking Gary's body language right now. I mean, he's getting a lot of hits. They are sending two guys at him all the time. He tries to get the steal on Kobe, and he gets the worst of it and the foul. But a good move by George to bring in Greg Anthony, take some of the ball handling pressure off of Gary and some of the defensive pressure off against the net defense Van Exel.
Here's a lob pass. Van Exel into Corey Blunt, lays it up, missed it. Campbell after the loose ball, traps it on the baseline. Campbell double teamed outside to Bryant, rotates top of the key to Van Exel. Left side of Fox, pump fakes through Hersey into the air, leans in. Off balance, Becker won't go. Sam grabs the rebound, and he is hammered. Both Campbell and Blunt put good licks on him. He was sandwiched between the two. The foul's on Eldon Campbell. It's his first.
I mean, there's still enough time to turn this thing around, but you're going to have to take, again, pressure off of Gary. He's going to bring the ball up now, but I'd have Greg Anthony do all the primary ball handling chores. Let Gary just kind of free wheel on that weak side and slash his way to the basket in a one-on-one situation.
And let's see if Gary Payton posts it all on Kobe Bryant. He won't right now. He's out on the wing. Feeds to Anthony. He heads to the baseline, trying to sweep in for a reverse. Lost a handle on the ball. Out of bounds. It'll be Laker ball on the Sonics turnover. Yet another. Their 12th of the game. They've given up 16 points off turnovers. 79-78. Lakers lead is 1. 10:50 left of the game. Van Exel marches up in the front court, makes a diagonal tack here to the near sideline. Van Exel spinning with it. Off the Campbell screen, drives to the middle. Stops, leads. His shot blocked by Perkins. Jams it ahead of Payton. 4-on-2. Wing right to Anthony. Long strides to the hole. Lays it up. No, but there's the wild thing to lay it on the foul. The Lakers throw it the length of the floor. Campbell to Van Exel for the jam. L.A. wasted no time after the transition bucket. Seattle had 4-on-2 numbers, and they were all bunched around the rim.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And somebody's got to have the presence of mind to be the safety, to get back on defense. Nobody backs out, made a gallant effort, but just couldn't get to the basketball.
Lakers lead 81-80. Payton left sideline, spins baseline, doubled. Outside, he pumps to Perkins. 10:03 left in the ball game. The Lakers lead is 1. Ellis with 8 on the shot clock. Right wing to Anthony. He'll set up, fire, and hit! He is fouled! And a possible 4-point play!
Oh, Hugh.
No, the bucket won't count, says Hugh Evans.
Wow. I guess they didn't want to call a 2-1 game, maybe?
Well, Hugh's calling a foul off the ball. It's a boot.
I guess he's calling Kobe on Gary.
Yeah, there won't be any shots on this play either. Holy cow.
Kobe Bryant, yeah, that's a foul there.
A foul.
But I'm not sure where the ball was when the whistle blew. I mean, I don't even know if you knew where the ball was when the whistle blew.
Well, one thing it has done, it has incensed the crowd. With 9:56 to play in the game, with timeout on the floor. Lakers by 1, 81-80. The three from Anthony will not count. Foul on Bryant means no shots for Payton. We'll come back on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Blocking Gary Payton, MJ.
And the problem I have with that is that Hugh called a foul and waves off the shot. He can't see both things happening at the same time. The other official, Derek Stafford, right in front of the play, should at least offered an opinion on it. Whether it be accepted or not, I don't know.
Sonics bringing it bounce. Here's Gary now posted on Bryant. Spins to the middle. He's tangled up and fouled. Bryant with a bump. Now the Sonics are posting Payton along the lane. That was an equation that worked so well in that Minnesota series in games 4 and 5.
See if Dale Harrison, he's got the bigger body, Kobe Bryant on Gary Payton, even though Gary has a lot more experience. If he gives some defensive help right away to the youngster.
Gary's going to back him down, right-hand side of the lane. Sam will screen. Gary off the tick, rolls outside, stops and looks. Sam pops to the right side of the lane. The pass delivered, deflected by Blunt, grabbed by Sam. 11 on the shot clock. Hands off to Payton. Drifts to the baseline. Again, will back down Bryant. Will anybody come to screen? No. He'll drive into the lane, spin, reverse, lay it up, shot blocked. Grabbed by the Lakers, Van Exel. Nick to midcourt with a rapid crossover, left to right hand. Pulls up and drifts off the Fox screen, but Anthony fights over the top of the pick. Lakers set up with 16 on the shot clock.
He made Gary Payton work awful hard.
Fox into the corner, down low to Bryant, leans back, double punch in the air, knocked down and fouled. Kobe Bryant will shoot 2.
I think, Gary right now is feeling some of the fatigue of having to play 48 minutes a couple of days ago, coupled with the fact that Lakers are making him work awful hard. Kobe Bryant in a double clutch to Jerome Kersey, who does come across that left wrist just barely, but just enough to get the whistle. I just don't know, just judging by Gary's body language, does he have it left in him to carry this team offensively? It'll be interesting to see.
Bryant misses the free throw. And the Lakers tonight 52% as a team. The Sonics 8 for 11. Bryant reloads.
Vin Baker in the game now, and Hersey Hawkins, deadlift. These are the guys that are going to have to step up and assume some of the responsibility of scoring the basketball.
Bryant hits a second, and the Lakers lead by 2, 82-80. 9 minutes left in the ballgame. Payton will bring the ball off the floor. Gary pounds that dribble up in the front court left side beyond the three-point ring. Baker comes out to screen. Gary drifts off the pick, stops in the key. Pump fakes. Bryant right with it. Right point. It comes to Anthony. He'll slash in right to left. Hand off beneath the rim. Baker had it pulled free and stripped out of bounds. Last touching it, Eddie Jones. Sonic ball with 6 on the shot clock.
I mean, the Sonics are getting just boo-boo style offensively. Nothing. Terrible looks that time. I mean, just turnovers and jumpers with a lot of traffic around. Somebody's got to break down somebody off the dribble.
LA by 2. Here's Gary postage. Spins baseline. Lays it up and in. But one of the shot clock. Gary Payton maneuvering on the low block right side. If he gets somebody to throw an entry pass, he can be effective down there. It's 82-82. 8:29 left in the game. Jones will bring it to midcourt. Eddie Jones works the far point in front of the Sonic bench. They all move to the ball. Eldon Campbell will take it. He tried to skip it outside. Intercepted by Gary. 3-on-2. Across the alley to Greg Anthony. Lays it up. Blocked. Grabbed by Baker. Trailing. He lays it up and in. 8 minutes left in the game. And the Sonics have taken the lead back. 84-82. The crowd off the hook. Standing delirious on their feet here at Key Arena, where a 20-second timeout has been called.
I just questioned whether Gary Payton had it in him this time on the post. Nice dribble move, look middle, spin baseline, no defensive help. Campbell too late. Great play by Gary Payton, and Eldon Campbell a factor to the next play. Is Gary Payton right there to glove? Give me that. Let's go. Gets the fast break started. I thought Greg Anthony should have given that one back to Gary. He takes it strong. And for the Lakers, there's nobody following the play in transition. The easy layup for Vin Baker, who is running the floor. But that's the good news. Bad news. Shaq Daddy back on the floor after an extended rest, feeling real spry and spiffy coming back here down the stretch.
Sonics have scored just 22 points in the second half of play. Yet they lead by 2, 84-82. They had a 12-point lead at half. 8:07 left in the game. O'Neal has 22 points on 9 of 18 shooting from the field.
You know, I was wondering where Gary was going to find the energy, but with the crowd, if it stays at this height level, they could just about get him over the hump to finish this game off strong.
Van Exel front court right, comes off the O'Neal screen, stops and looks, left alone. Now Anthony picks up Van Exel, floats it past to O'Neal, set out on the right wing to Van Exel for the bomb, short. Rebound off the fingertips of the glove, deflected by O'Neal. O'Neal comes up with it outside the three-point arc.
Well, right now you're the Sonics, you're going to need all the breaks, the loose balls that come to you, the long rebounds that come to you.
Lakers reload. O'Neal double outside of Bryant, races him in the left hand, switches to the right, takes it up on Hersey, and a jump ball. Hersey read it beautifully. As Bryant got into the flex to leap, Hersey was right there with him with 2 hands, and they'll jump it.
And the most important thing the crowd does is rattle the opposition. The youngster Bryant takes it strong. There's Jerome on top of the basketball so that the opposition doesn't play at an exceptionally high level.
Here's Hersey, wins the tip. Grabbed by Gary Payton. Seattle leading by 2 with 7.5 minutes remaining in the game. Payton on the left side off an Anthony screen and an offensive foul on Greg Anthony.
Greg kind of used the arms to go into Nick Van Exel used it. Yeah, he had 2 fouls in that play. One on Van Exel, one on the screen on Bryant. Settle down, Greg. A little too aggressive out there.
Anthony chases Van Exel up in the front court, left side in front of the Sonic bench. Anthony standing in front of Van Exel, feet slow to Shaq double. Outside he rotates it, then gets it back. Over the top comes Baker to deflect it. Gary to the rim. Brings it across midcourt. In between 3 Lakers, a fire left wing. Here's Hersey waiting, firing, hitting. Jerome Hersey lands a bomb. And the Sonics lead 86-82 with 7 minutes left in the game. That was set up on the slip front by Baker, who deflects the ball, and Gary with a hard push up the floor.
George Carlford's very confident in Vin Baker's defense of Shaquille O'Neal. We've seen it a lot late in their matchup.
Crowd on their feet, left side with it. Bryant in front of the Sonic bench, down low. O'Neal.
Give me that.
Outside to Jones, intercepted by Anthony. Up the floor to the glass, lays it up. Offensive foul called on Greg Anthony.
You know, not a bad call. You hate to see it in this kind of a situation. I thought Greg just a little bit too much of going after the shot blocker, Eddie Jones, on the play. Eddie Jones, a great shot blocker. Greg, I don't know if it was shoulder or elbow or what he dug into Eddie Jones, but I mean, Greg, again, I was talking about him settle down a little bit. He attacked the shot blocker, got called for the foul.
6:37 left in this game. The Sonics lead 86-82, and we'll be back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Peter had a layup.
Lakers 1 of 6 shooting here in the corner. The Sonics 4 of 7 to take the 4-point lead. Fox with the ball at the top of the key, right side to Ori. Swings it to Jones, down low, Shaq, one dribble up, turn around, jump hook is good for the Diesel. And the Lakers are winning 2 at 86-84 with 6:14 left in the game. Payton double teamed in backcourt. Loops in front court, left side to Baker. Slices across the middle, left to right. Stops and brings it outside, but maintains the dribble, bringing O'Neal with him. Fall away 15-footer for Vinny short. Rebound deflected in the corner, grabbed by Hersey. Loops to the midcourt. Anthony's after it. He's knocked down by O'Neal and a loose ball foul.
Wow. And Greg just bounces back up like, and it hurts. And it hurts. He gets taken out of the game, and Greg is kind of upset at that, but he didn't let his head clear, nothing else for a couple of minutes. Jerome going to save it back down to the Laker into the court. And Greg is fortunate that he's not, those ribs that he hurt late in the season. He's fortunate he didn't get a shot from Shaq on the ribs.
Yeah, he was going over there to the bench. Looked like he might have been favoring it. Here's Payton cross court to Hersey. Open jumper, rimming badly. Rebound grabbed by Jones. Dennis Shrimp goes down along with Rick Fox. And they say that Fox brought Shrimp down, clinching him for the foul. Foul on Fox.
And the Sonics are starting to get some calls here. Hersey again early in the offense. Now he knocked down his last jumper. And there's Rick Fox that left Shrimp tangled up. Fox, the takedown, the two-point takedown.
Lakers have put the Sonics in a penalty situation. Finally, the Sonics get back to the line, where they've hit 8 for 11 in this game. 86-84. Sonics lead is 2. 5:45 left in the contest, and Shrimp hits the free throw. You know, the Sonics have gone to the line. That's just their 3rd attempt here in the second half.
They've become a jump shooting team. I mean, give the Lakers a lot of credit. They're shutting down the inside, double teaming Payton, and a lot early in the quarter, double teaming Vin Baker.
Shrimp's second free throw is good. 88-84. Seattle by 4. 5:42 left in the ballgame. Van Exel will bring it across midcourt. Van Exel shadowed by Hawkins. Comes off the screen of O'Neal, and a foul call on the Hawk. Barely making contact with O'Neal on the screen.
Well, he's trying to fight over the screen of O'Neal, and Van Exel coming off the screen. I thought he actually kind of held Van Exel as he came off the screen.
4-point Sonic lead. 5.5 minutes left in the game. Hawks sideline left with the ball above the head. Down low to Shaq. Across the middle. The fall-away jumper is good. Shaquille O'Neal with a fall-away hopper. And O'Neal on the night, having a huge effort. 26 points thus far. Seattle's lead is 2. 88-86. 5:14 left in the game.
It's one of those crazy kind of off-balance shots I talked about because Shaq just seems to find the rim.
Hawkins skips to Baker. Goes to the middle. Double outside Gary for the three. Got it. Gary Payton with deliverance.
Whoa. Tough shot, inside-outside basketball. Gary Payton, I mean, as tired as he is, still coming through in the clutch for the Sonics.
91-86, 5-point Sonic lead, 4:53 left in this game. Goes to the corner, outside the Fox. Front pass, cross-court. Van Exel with a three. Missing short. Rebound to Gary Payton.
Get it out, you got numbers.
Payton spins out of that court. Loops it in the front court, right to Shrimp. Cross-court to the Hawk. In the corner to Hersey. Steps by a man to the glass. Rammed down by Shaquille O'Neal. O'Neal with a hip check. And the foul. And they're going to call it on Robert Horry. They'll call it on Robert Horry.
I mean, I think Jerome should just concentrate on knocking these free throws down. He's going to... There's Horry on the strip. Shaquille on the hit. No way is that call on Horry, I don't think, unless he gets a lot of wrist on that strip from behind. I mean, come on.
Well, he had all ball, and it was Shaq had just sent Hersey cartwheeling into the air. Hersey hits the free throw. That's the best revenge right now. Yeah. Seattle by 6 with 4.5 minutes remaining.
Don't worry about trying to saddle another foul on Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, you're not going to get him out of the game. Just worry about knocking these down.
Hersey does. He hits a pair, and it's 93-86, a 7-point Sonic lead. 4.5 minutes remaining in the game.
Again, George goes with the quickness of Vin Baker defensively against Shaquille O'Neal.
Hersey hustles out for an exchange from Van Exel to Fox. A deflection out of bounds. It'll be LA ball with 15 on the shot clock. 4:28 to play. Fox will bring it in bounds to Van Exel. Spins away from Hawk. Drives into the lane to the glass. Switches left to right hand. Won't go. Shrimp for the recovery. The Sonics leading by 7. Right wing Hawk with it.
Still thinking, I know you want to make a good shot, but play a little faster if you can in your half-court offense, and don't let this half-court defense get set of the Lakers.
Sonics leading by a 7-point lead. Outside they work to Hawk, trying to cut in with 5 on the shot clock. Mishandle the ball. Robert Ory with it. The other way, one-on-one and Dental. Hands to Fox, trailing. He'll lay it up and in. And the Lakers are back knocking out the door. Down by 5 with 3:53 left.
Eddie Jones, Hawk put in a position where he has to try and make a play off the dribble against the long arm 6'6" Eddie Jones. Eddie gets a piece of the basketball and sets up the steal by Ory.
Gary Payton has played 40 minutes tonight. Hands off to Baker. Across the middle. Challenges O'Neal. Fall away. Banker won't go. The rebound is Shaquille O'Neal. Now the Lakers bring it up. Trailing by 5 with 3:33 left in the game.
I think Vin is shying away from the contact against Shaquille. He is floating away from the basket once he gets middle. He's got to force the issue and get to the free throw line whether he's struggling or not.
Van Exel bumps it to Jones. Down to O'Neal. Hook pass intended for Ory. Intercepted and ripped away by Jerome Kersey. Now the Sonics with a 5-point lead. Bring it back. Payton up in the front court left side to Shrimp. Directing traffic with a ball above the head. Outside to the glove. Pulls off the Shrimp screen. 3:06 left. Gary for a 3. In and out. Kersey with a rebound. Hands off to Shrimp. Sonics reset with 3 minutes left in the game. Leading by 5. Payton will orchestrate outside. Handling off the Shrimp screen. He turns into the key and a foul is called. It'll be on Rick Fox and will send the Sonics to the free throw line. 2:52 left in the game. 93-88. Sonics lead the Lakers by 5. Seattle will go to the line after this timeout on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Into deep.
52 left in his fourth quarter play. The shooting has come back for the Sonics. 5 of 12, 42%. Better than the Lakers, 4 for 11. Time now for a budget rent-a-car game summary. Get out of the ordinary. Now the Sonics in the second half slipping to 35%, but hanging on right now to the 5-point lead. Forward scoring LA 21, Seattle 26. Bench scoring LA 26, Seattle 26. And it's been a close game. Those numbers reflect just how close it has been. Free throw shooting in the fourth quarter. Seattle 4 for 4. The Lakers 2 for 2. Shrimp at the line for 2. And he hits the first.
Those are the things you have to do. I told you, there's just not a large margin of error against this Laker team. You've got to play efficient basketball and hope that they will get frustrated and the crowd will get into their heads and they'll throw some passes away or rush some shots.
Second by Shrimp is up and good to make it a 7-point lead for the Sonics. 95-88. 2:48 left in the game, and the champ goes out again. Beat L.A. Van Exel at the point. Top side to Fox. Right side Ory. Yellow Shaq doubles. Looking to get rid of it. Now he's going to dribble back in. Vinny reaches in, rips into the ball, and a foul on Vinny.
Wow.
The Sonics had 1 to give. That puts him to the team limit of 4. Good foul.
And you'd almost wish that it sent him to the line as poorly as O'Neal shoots, as opposed to letting him reset and have a chance to score a legitimate 2 points. But O'Neal just dug his right shoulder into Vin Baker's chest. No foul call. He gets away with a lot inside on offense.
2:38 left in this game. 95-88. Seattle by 7. Left side with it. Eddie Jones looking to Shaq. Double. Outside quickly. They rotate it. Van Exel for 3. Rimming off the heel of the iron. Rebound deflected. Grabbed by Vin Baker. Sonics have possession with 2:20 left. Up by 7, 95-88. Payton will skip to midcourt. Wants a set play. Out high, he's got Baker to screen. Now Vinny will drop down low. Gary will whirl to the baseline. Good! Gary Payton just sucked him in on that play. And it's a 9-point Sonic lead with 2 minutes left.
Running some offense for Gary, some isolation against one of the best defensive players in the league, Eddie Jones.
Left side, Eddie Jones throws low to O'Neal. The ball jostled away. Baker steps in front of him to flick it out of bounds. 1:51 left out. And the Sonics lead is 9.
The Laker team that has a lot of confidence. They won 25 out of 29. If you could pull this one out, you could go a long way into helping yourself in this series.
97-88, Ory for 3. Rimming. Rebound on the weak side. Pulled down by Jerome Kersey. Outlet pass to Payton. Across midcourt he comes with Jones in his way. Wisely he'll pull up with 18 on the shot clock. 1:40 left in the game. 97-88. Seattle leading by 9. Payton in the corner. Hersey a head start running into the lane. Loses the handle as he goes airborne. Fox picks
Give me that.
His pass intercepted by Hawkins. Centers to Payton at midcourt. Payton sideline right will hold. Seattle gets it back with 1:22 left and leading by 9. Hersey with the ball at the head of the key. Right side to Detlef Schrempf. Schrempf with 11 on the clock. Double right wing. Throws to the top. It's Hawk running into the alley. Double pumps over to Jerome to the glass. Lays it up and in, but it won't count.
That Hawk going to the free throw line. That's okay.
A whistle before the shot. And actually on the pass. And you're right. Hawk will get 2, MJ.
And that's the best case scenario you could ask for outside of the layup on this play. And Exel has gone cold in the fourth. He's missed 3 3-pointers. He's a guy that usually has the dagger ready and set to stick it in you, but he hasn't been able to deliver tonight.
Hawkins delivers the dagger instead. And the free throw by the Hawk gives Seattle a 10-point lead with 1:09 left. Van Exel during the regular season shot just 33% from three-point range against the Sonics. Seattle here from the line of the fourth quarter is now hit 7 for 7. Make it 8 for 8 as the Hawk rolls in with a soft touch, the second free throw. Now the Sonics lead is at 11, and the crowd is on their feet at Key Arena with 1:09 left in the ball game. And just listen to the crowd on radio and on TV. Take a look at the fans here at Key Arena. It's something to behold. Payton with 23 points for the Supersonics. Hit a clutch 3-point shot a few moments ago to give the Sonics a 5-point lead. And the free throws followed by the Hawk. Seattle now up by 11, 99-88.
Gary with the little fadeaway. Therefore, Eddie Jones might be the offensive player of the game. As judging by some of the signs we saw, we see George Carl Spears. No expense in trying to get that job as a Sonic coach for next year. Garrett takes it, man, gets him to bite on the drive, then fades into the corner to knock down the jump shot. The glove. I mean, look at him. He's dead dog tired, but still able to come up in the fourth quarter with some outstanding plays at both ends of the floor, including some rebounds.
I like that play with Vin Baker acting as if Hersey's going to set the high screen. Make it 5 in double figures. Hersey's got 12, Payton 23, Hawkins 18, Schrempf 17, and Baker with 11. Gary with 8 of 19 shooting from the field and 3 of 6 from three-point range.
Again, look at it. When you look at his eyes, this is a tired player. 48 minutes a couple of days ago. Here he is.
43 tonight, MJ.
43 tonight. I just didn't know if he was going to have it, but the fans have played a large part of that, hyping him up and then rattling the Lakers just enough to throw them off their game, but there's still some time left for them.
Seattle by 11, and 1:07 left in the game. Fox throws low to Shaq. He backs, he whirls, he's tied up, and he's fouled. And now Shaq won't get any kind of decent look at the bucket at all. Seattle on a 13-4 run here in the last 4:28 of play.
Jack-a-Shack, whack-Shack, hack-Shack. Send the big guy to the free throw line. Don't even mess around and let him get the shot off. As soon as he catches it, hey, you're earning those from the free throw line mentally. Hopefully, you're hoping it just really causes him some problem.
Here's O'Neal at the stripe, where tonight he's hit on 4 of 10, and he buries this one. It pulls the Lakers to within 10 at 99-89. 1:04 left in the ball game.
Got to block out. When he misses long.
Jack's second free throw up, ripping off, rebound, grabbed by Jerome Hersey right around the rim. Fox plows into Hersey, I think looking for an intentional foul. None given. And then Jones finally gets a hold of Hersey Hawkins to send him to the line for 2 shots. How about Jerome Hersey? 7 rebounds and 12 points tonight. 23 minutes, 5 of 7 from the field, and 4 of those rebounds have been on the offensive end. Jerome has played a whale of a game.
He has indeed. Just bailout shots for the Sonics when the momentum seemed to be shifted the other way toward the Lakers. The Lakers actually controlled the game in the third quarter. Sonics were able to regain that control because of plays from guys like Hersey down the stretch, Gary Payton.
Hawkins hits the free throw, and the Hawk now perfect on the night, 6 for 6, and the Sonics at the line in the fourth quarter, 9 for 9. Hersey will get the curtain call, comes over to the Sonic bench. And in will come Greg Anthony, who apparently was not hurt in that collision with O'Neal earlier in this fourth quarter. Hawkins' second free throw, flips it up and in. That should do it for Seattle. 57 seconds left, and the Sonics leading 101-89. Bryant will come to midcourt. He'll pull up and fling a three, rimming badly. Long rebound taken by the Hawk. He'll hold up. Hand to the glove.
So much for that John Sally sweep.
Yep.
Sally is perfect in all his predictions. None of them come true. Not that I've been noticing any of this.
12-point lead for the Sonics with 40 seconds left in the ball game. And how sweet this is for Jim McElvain, who got the start at his first minutes in the playoffs tonight against the Lakers. And boy, did he come up big. He set a tone, as you mentioned, MJ, in that first quarter. A tone of physical play.
And the tone also included, some tangible stuff, just freeing guys up from shots. I remember 3 specifically, a couple for the Hawk, one for Deadlift, that he just wiped out their defenders, opened up a wide open jump shot. They knocked him down. You're not going to see that when you read the box scores, but he just did all those intangible things that he's been doing all year. He's one of the reasons why the Sonics had just an outstanding winning record with him in the lineup and have beaten the Lakers 3 out of 4 games this season with McElvain as a starter.
Deadlift hits the free throws. He's 12. The Sonics are 12 for 12 in the fourth quarter from the line. They lead 103-89. 30 seconds left. Van Exel with a three. Got it. Nick out of the corner. Fires a three. Defense playing soft. Didn't want to foul him. And a foul called on the inbounds as the Lakers. Nick Van Exel gets a piece of Gary Payton. 103-92 is our score. The Sonics leading by 11 with 27 seconds to play in this game. Now, it's interesting. Scott Ellsworth, our statistician, reminding us that in Game 5 of the Minnesota series, the Sonics hit 15 of 15 in the fourth quarter of that ball game. Tonight, 12 of 12 from the line.
Yeah, efficiency. No big margin of error in this series for the Sonics. And that also means knocking down your free throws down the stretch in crunch time, which they have done.
Deadlift Shrimp will check out for the Supersonics, and David Wingate will come in for Deadlift, and he gets a fine round of applause. Payton at the line, the second one up and in. Seattle leading 105-92, 26 seconds left in the ball game.
A perfect example, like if you go to the playground, you're playing against the old men, you got the young athletes, and they just play fundamental basketball against you.
Jones sends up a runner, missed it. Rebound to Fox in the corner. Fox has it stripped by Wingate, and a foul on Rick Fox. And David Wingate will come the other way, and he will get involved in this free throw hitting parade. Fox is fouled out of the game, Marcus.
Yeah, Rick Fox fouls out. 14 points, 10 rebounds. 4 rebounds, 10 assists. So that's a nice night for Rick Fox.
Yep.
But it seems to be that Nate McMillan, no minutes whatsoever. I know the matchups weren't always in favor of him playing, but Gary Payton gets a well-deserved rest, and then he gets a nice ovation.
The glove.
Just pulled it out of nowhere. I didn't know if he had it, judging by the body language. Watching him on the floor, he wasn't his usual bouncy, talkative self. Van Exel pushed him into the scorer's table in the first half when he checked in. He said absolutely nothing, which is very uncharacteristic of Gary. But when he was called upon to deliver, he really did a good job offensively and defensively, rebounding the basketball.
Wingate keeps the hits on coming. The Sonics now 16 of 16 at the line in the fourth quarter. The second free throw missed it. Rebound deflected, grabbed by Aaron Williams. Tosses outside to the Hawk. 10 seconds left in the game. 106-92. The Lakers will stand still. The Sonics will hold the ball, and the Sonics have won Game 1 of this second round series over the Lakers in impressive fashion. 106-92.